and welcome to the Cold Coffee Club, a podcast brought to you by Houston Moms. We're here to give you a little bit of that mom-to-mom connection, fun, and conversation amidst all the chaos. Join us as we take a break from doing all the things and explore the wide spectrum of this crazy motherhood role. We'll interview fun guests, talk about cool grown-up topics, laugh, share, and grow together. So go ahead, reheat that coffee, and put your feet up. Here we go.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Cold Coffee Club. Hey, Jenny.
Good morning. Hi, Ashley. Hi, everybody.
So today we're doing something fun. We are talking about the awards season, and we're talking about the Oscars and the Grammys, and we're not going to be talking about the things you're expecting us to talk about.
No. All of the words have been said that can possibly be said about that.
That is all done.
Everyone has talked that through and shaken it out and made sure every last sentence has been said about it.
Gosh. Oh, all the things.
Whew.
So first off, we're going to tackle the Oscars, of course, and we're going to share a few of our highlights that we absolutely love. Jenny, you want to go first? Tell us some of the things you really enjoyed about the Oscars.
Yes. Well, I am an award show fiend. I love award shows. I love red carpets. I just geek out watching them. I love all of them. So I love to watch them. I just love seeing everybody all dressed up and all in one room and seeing their little interactions with each other. And just the speeches that always just get, it's just so sweet. One of my favorite speeches, though, was the man that won for Best Actor for the movie Coda, who is deaf. And he spoke and did everything in American Sign Language. That was very sweet. And I loved that his interpreter was crying as he was interpreting for him. It was just, everything was just, and then everyone in the audience was cheering for him, but they were clapping by waving their hands in the air, the sign language. And I was just like, this is too much. It's just too precious. That was just precious. So I loved that. And I loved the hosts did a really good job too. There's three ladies that were just hilarious and just trying to weave everybody in and out of everything. And yes, there were a few hiccups in the awards show, but I felt like they did a great job.
Yep. They made us laugh in between all the awkwardness.
Yes. What about you?
So Ariana DeBose, oh my gosh, I adore her. I loved her. I love her. Oh my gosh. So I follow her on Instagram and I'm always geeking out, and she,
she's gorgeous.
Oh, she is. And I first saw her on Hamilton on Disney Plus.
The Bullet.
Yes. And I was like, this girl is brilliant. I love everything about her. And then when she won Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story, I was just like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm also obsessed with Billie Eilish. And so I was really excited that her original song from No Time to Die won an Oscar. And I think she's just so fun. She's so different. Amy Schumer, of course, was hilarious. Like you mentioned, I was dying laughing when they came back after the debacle.
Yes.
I was
just like, it feels different in here.
Something changed.
What changed? It just feels a little change. It just the mood, the vibes are different.
I almost fell off the couch.
She's so funny.
Oh gosh. And the performance of We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Yeah. Although the kids were like, what are we doing?
This is not it. They're like,
this ain't it. This ain't it.
I was like, no, it is. This is great. And they're like, no.
Like that is wrong. Okay, but let's talk about the clothes. Tell me who you loved. Talk about what they were wearing, because this is really where the meat is.
Yes. So yes, of course. We were all hooked on your stories. I was like, what does Jenny think about this one?
So what she's referring to is I have a history of posting my opinions on everyone's clothing on my personal Instagram. Actually, if you want to put that in the show notes, that's fine with me. But if it's ever an award show night, hop on over there and I will be sharing my thoughts and feelings.
Your comparisons. So what about on the Grammys with Joni Mitchell?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Y'all, we'll talk about that when we get to Grammys, but Jenny,
And I really love Joni Mitchell. I love her so much, but I see what I see. I can't help it.
And then I couldn't unsee it. When I saw what you saw, I was like, no, I can't unsee it. There it is.
The one on the Oscars, though, was the girl that I said it looks like a loofah sponge.
Yes.
Loofah, because it looked exact. I was like, she's wearing a loofah. Like it was the gray.
Yeah.
And then Maggie Gyllenhaal with the gold like hook thing sticking out of her.
Didn't you say, I think your post said that you saw that at Mervin's?
Yes.
I was just dying. It was like the throwback of Mervin's.
Yeah, man. I go to Mervin's. It's like, this is it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I thought Jessica Chastain, oh my gosh, just flawless. That green dress, she could not have picked a more perfect dress for her complexion and her hair. She just looked stunning.
There's two. So she had on the red carpet, she wore like that purpley, like purple lavender dress. And then for the Vanity Fair party, she switched into the green. And I will say this. As a fellow redhead, if you're listening and you don't know what I look like, hello, I am Jenny and I am a very pale redhead. But we are taught as redheads that like the best thing for our skin color and for our hair is to wear jewel tones. We're supposed to wear jewel, like, jewel colors. Jessica does this every red carpet and she nails it every time. She dresses like anytime I like look for like, what should I wear to this wedding? I'm like, what has Jessica Chastain worn lately? Because like she is like my style icon. I love her so much. She looked flawless.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe Megan Thee Stallion was the one you compared to the loofah because hers was like ruffly and puffy, but she looked amazing in
beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yes. And as a Houstonian,
was like, I saw a sponge.
Yes. And she's a Houstonian, so we have to give her a quick shout out. She did look stunning. But it was kind of loofah-esque. Yes.
Just things jump out at me when it just happens. I'm sorry.
Yep. And then Elliot Page,
Yes.
I'm so happy for his journey in general. Like I'm just very happy for him. And this comes off the heels of the announcement that the Umbrella Academy will also make his character trans in the next season. So just Gucci suit looked amazing. So yeah, that was just it stood out to me and I'm very happy for him. So
and the little reunion of him with Jennifer Garner and is it J.K. Simmons, I think, from
that was from
awesome.
Juno. Yeah.
And speaking of Jennifer Garner, she made one of my best dress lists. She looked gorgeous, just classic, just absolutely stunning. And then who else made my list of best dressed was Mila Kunis. She walked out there, the dress she was wearing, I feel like looks like the most just like classic Oscars.
Yeah.
It was just everything about it, like just every choice she made from the color to her accessories, her styling, everything just looked beautiful. So she looked stunning to me.
Yes,
I loved
absolutely. It. Yeah. So I know you and I have discussed that we went into the Oscars not really knowing much about any of the movies. And I think now we can both agree I need to see Coda. I need to watch that. What is your takeaway? What movie do you need to see now?
I do want to watch Coda, and I feel like I should have already seen. After I read what it was about, I was like, oh, this sounds right up my alley. Why have I not seen this? And I also have just been wanting to see King Richard because I really am fascinated by the family and the story, and I would love to just kind of hear more about the Williams sisters and everything like that. So I do want to watch that. So that's on my list as well.
Absolutely. So moving forward to the Grammys, the Grammys I had so much fun watching I haven't watched the Grammys in years, and it was just fun to jump back into it. I thought Trevor Noah, first of all, he is precious.
I love him so much. I just loved even his little nugget that he threw out at the beginning where he was like, we're going to have fun. We're going to keep people's names out of our mouths. so cute.
He is so funny. He was absolutely adorable. Yep. I did learn at the Grammys that apparently I'm a fan of BTS, and I did not know this.
Okay, yes. Oh, that performance was really good. And yes, I've always just felt like when I see them, I'm like, why does your band have 27 members?
Right.
Like I'm like, there's so many people.
The rule is 5. There are supposed to be max 5 members to a boy band. Period.
But there's so many. But it was funny because like they came out and like my daughter walked in the room and she's 9, and I had like she's not. There's no like she likes Taylor Swift and that kind of stuff, but she's not real into like all of this yet, like musicians. Yeah. But she walked in and she was like, oh, BTS, and I was like, how do you know? And she's like, that's me. I was like, I mean, I know who it is, but like, she's like immediately was like just so excited, and she was dancing around. So
I did not know that I liked them at all. Yeah. I was like, this is fun. And so fun. I hold a grudge with them because in 2020, they were the last concert before the rodeo shut down. And I was supposed to go to the Lizzo concert that Friday.
Okay.
They were the last concert, and I was like, dang it.
I forgot they played the rodeo. That is funny to me.
Yes. So I was real grumpy with them for a while. I was like, I don't like you guys.
That's so fun.
Yeah. But what were your highlights from the Grammys that you really enjoyed?
Well, look, Trevor, Noah, which we already talked about. And then but my thing with the Grammys, which is funny, is like speaking of like my love for like award shows and red carpets, is that the Grammys get real fun with outfits, with this how people dress. It's not nearly as like traditional. Right. I mean, and people do weird things at other award shows, but like there is a higher percentage of people at the Grammys that are like, let's just like get crazy, and so they wear some weird stuff, and so that's always really fun to see. And it's just like I posted on my stories like one girl that was like in like a full, like you couldn't see her face, it was like a full mask, and one of my people that follow me replied and was like, who is that? And I was like, I don't know, like, but she was genuinely saying like, who is it, like, because we can't see her face. And I'm like, I don't know who it is. I don't know. And I will say that's my other thing that I will say about the Grammys. I feel so old when I watch the Grammys because I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are. Because maybe even I've heard their music, but I don't necessarily like know what they look like. Right. And so then it's like, oh, she sings this song. Oh, I know that song. Like, but it's not, I don't like keep up with it enough to like know everybody. And so like sometimes like I'm looking at all these people on the red carpet. I'm like, I don't know who any of you are. And this feels real weird.
Yep.
But I'm happy you're here. And then even like Carrie Underwood looked beautiful. Mm-hmm. But like it was funny because I'm like clicking through all the photos and like everyone is like looking all like weird, and the girls, you know, Olivia Rodrigo's there and she's what, like 18 or something, whatever. Yeah. And then Carrie comes out and she looks gorgeous, but she's in this like beautiful golden ball gown. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, she's no longer like a young pop star. Like we are now. I was like, she looks like she's the queen of the Grammys. Yep. Like she is the royalty. Yeah. I don't know. It was so funny to see. I'm just like, well, how are we at this point where I'm like, I don't know who any of you children are. Right. But welcome. We're glad you're here.
Yep. People winning Grammys and they're not even 21 yet. And I'm just like, oh, look at you.
Look at you winning a Grammy. But then I will say, and I'm sorry, I'm talking way too much about this. I get all excited. But it wasn't even on the real show. Because, you know, the way they do award shows is they put on TV, like the awards everybody cares about. They think, what about TV? And then before the award show, they will do like a pre-award show with like other stuff that is not as like TV worthy in their opinion, which there's lots of opinions even about that concept. But the award for Best Musical Album went to 2 girls that collaborated on an album. They met each other on TikTok. And it's 2 young girls, I know, and they're like under the age of 25. Their names are Emily Bear and Abigail Barlow. They are now writing under the names Barlow and Bear. And they made an album called The Unofficial Bridgerton Musical. And they wrote a musical about the TV show Bridgerton. This musical does not exist. They are the ones singing it. They don't have a cast. It is incredible. And I was like fascinated by the entire thing. They worked on it through the pandemic and they won a Grammy for their TikTok musical. So it's the new dawn. It's a new day.
Oh yes.
The TikTok kids are winning Grammys, but it's really, Emily Bear is a fantastic composer and I highly recommend listening to this album and supporting these girls. And man, good for them. They didn't even have a record label and they won a Grammy. So
that is incredible. Oh my
really
gosh.
Great.
And it combines favorite things: TikTok, Bridgerton, musical.
Yes. It's like, it's my Venn diagrams. They're like,
here it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize how out of touch I was. I think Olivia Rodrigo is adorable, but I'm not her audience. And I'm like, she's winning Grammys. I'm like, okay, you know what? She's talented. She's adorable. I just, not my kind of music, but I love it. Good for her. And Silk Sonic won so many awards and they were hysterical doing it.
Funny.
Oh my gosh. Anderson .Paak, when he was like moving his hair around, he's like, guys, I was dying. I was like, you're
the memes on that moment. There's like memes of that. They're like, when you get a new haircut, you're trying to get everybody
like,
to
hey guys, look at my hair.
Hey.
I loved it. And that song, oh my gosh, I love it. And oh my gosh. So I did not know who Jon Batiste was. Like, I'd heard the name. I wasn't fully aware of who it was. I am obsessed. That man is just pure joy, pure like happiness and light. I adore him.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. I'm
the
so
talent that he possesses, it's just not even fair.
Oh my gosh.
How are people that good at things?
Yeah. I'm like, knock it off. Stop being amazing all the time.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments though is when Doja Cat was in the bathroom when they announced Best Pop Duo. And she came running in and it was slightly awkward. I was like, honey, like, did you wash your hands?
New fear unlocked though about winning some award and then being like, she cannot be with us tonight. She is peeing.
Yeah, I would rather that than sprinting on stage though and like, oh gosh, like let me adjust myself. I just zipped back up.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, did no one tell her like they're about to announce your category?
Apparently, I think someone mentioned that Lady Gaga told her, like, are you, or maybe, I don't remember, like maybe Trevor Noah said something like, hey, isn't your award coming up? And she's like, no, I'll be right back. And she was not right back.
Maybe there was a line in the ladies' bathroom. You know how we do that from time to time where you go and you're like, well, all 15 of us need to come in here at one time.
This is
two stalls.
That does make sense. But yeah, the Grammys are a lot of fun. I'm glad I watched it this year. And I think a lot of people were watching it like maybe something crazy will happen at the Grammys too. Yeah. Like nothing's happening. We have it together now.
We're acting like grown-ups here.
Absolutely. Well, that is our wrap up of the Oscars and Grammys. We had so much fun watching and sharing our takes with y'all. Yeah, so thanks again for joining the Cold Coffee Club.
Yep, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cold Coffee Club, brought to you by Houston Moms. We wish you a fabulous week with your families and look forward to sharing many more cups of cold coffee with you.